Yesterday we talked about Plarium's antics and this, these changes that they're making. And I wanted to talk more about 3v3 specifically today because I am very critical of 3v3. And over the course of my videos, if you watch me every day, you've heard me talk about some of my ideas on how 3v3 could be better. But if you only show up for the rant videos, which I know that many of you do, then you think I'm just complaining and not offering any solutions. So I thought today we would talk about my ideas. If they just handed it to me and said, fix it, fix these fixins, I would, this is what I would do. We're going to talk about what I would do today if they just handed it over to me and said, tell us what to do. Because I don't think it's that hard to fix, personally. I really don't. I really don't think this is that hard to fix. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Tag Team Arena. Now, the first thing I'm going to say about this is just delete this from the game. Just delete this dog shit from the game. It's not too late to delete it. Delete it, rework any quests that have anything to do with it, reform this into something that's actually good content, because this still stands as the worst content drop I've ever seen. In my over 10 years of playing these games every single day of my life, for over 10 years, I've played more of these games than you could imagine. This is the worst content drop I have ever seen. It is unimaginative, it's boring, it's tedious, it's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's awful. So delete it from the game and make it something else. That's my first suggestion, but of course that's not a reasonable suggestion. So let's get on to the actual suggestions. The first thing I would do to fix it is remove the player limits. There's no reason to have them. It doesn't make any sense. The only place that it would be necessary would be in the higher ranks. So perhaps we need more than 3. Perhaps we need more than bronze, silver, and gold. Maybe it's time to add a platinum, and you can have player limits in gold 3 and up, or gold 2 and up. However you want to do it, I don't really care. But this player limit shit down here makes no sense, and this player limit stuff up here makes this worse. You understand? It bottlenecks everybody out and holds them down here. So there's so many people down here. None of these teams, none of these people, myself included, belong in Silver 2. We just don't. We are far beyond Silver 2, and that's no more evident than when we go to Classic Arena and look how comfortably we all sit in Gold 5. Obviously, reset just happened, so this is low, but in a couple days, if I wanted to, I could push up, I could fill this meter up. That doesn't make any sense. Either my PvP power is that strong or it's not that strong. So the player limits are just ridiculous. There's no need for it. It doesn't make any sense, dude. So I think personally, in the current structure, gold 2 and above, if that's how you want to do it, can have them. But I think we probably need a new tier if you want this to be taken seriously. You know what I mean? Just add a platinum like you did to regular arena. And then I think gold 3 and above can have player limits with rewards for those player limits. Let's get real about it. Don't just have it for the sake of having it, like people are going to print out a badge and wear it on their shirt that they're gold 3. You know what I mean? Like no, set up a structure with some actual good rewards for being in the limited tiers, and then let everybody else just finish their fucking missions, dude. Like that's it. Just, it's such a, man, it pisses me off. Man, it's so annoying. Moving along. Fixing the matchmaking. Just fix the matchmaking. Now I know that when I say that, it sounds like I've just got like this big equation on the board. And I'm like, if you want the answer, just solve the equation. So let's talk about how to actually fix matchmaking. First of all, I understand that that's kind of a complicated order, especially in this game. I understand that could be kind of difficult to do, but I think there's some starting points that you could implement and tweak over time. I think there's this idea that like it has to be all or nothing in one fix, and that's not necessarily true. If you're trying to fix it, we'll all chill the fuck out. If what you're doing genuinely looks like you're trying to fix it, we'll relax and wait till you fix it. But again, it's been years since you've done anything, and now you're doing increasing the player limit, which I don't know what that means. What, 5,000? You have millions of people playing your game every day? Like, what are you talking about? So I think a good place to start would be power limits. If we go through and look at the power limits on these units, and I know that's not always a super accurate representation of how strong a team is, but you got to start somewhere, right? So I think that power limits in your list should be sorted from low to high. So I think the weakest team should be here. I think the second weakest team, and I think as you scroll, the teams should get stronger, and you should get obviously more points for the stronger teams you defeat, right? So, and I think that the first two slots should be pretty low. I think 4 or 500,000. I think low. Basically gimmies. Basically gimme wins, right? Because I don't think having content like this in the game that's just punishing in every sense of the word is a good idea. So I think by having 2 free fights per basically 2 free fights per refresh for everybody, that gives them their 10 battles relatively easily throughout the course of the week, right? They can miss 2 days and still get their 10 battles if they just come in and do their easy fights every day. But it rewards the people that are showing up and engaging. And that's ultimately what you want to do in these games. You want it to feel rewarding to show up and engage. It doesn't... They don't get to complete even the daily, right? I think there's a thing of like fight and tag team arena a certain amount of times. They don't even get to complete that for free necessarily. But just reward the people that show up. So have 1 fight or 2 fights that are gimmies. And then they get stronger as they go. And if they want to climb faster, then beat the harder teams. You know what I mean? I don't think that's completely unreasonable. And again, I understand like this 770k power team might be harder to beat than this 1.1 million power team. That sometimes that's the case, but you got to start somewhere. You got to do something. So I think that's a decent place to start. Alternatively, or simultaneously, another idea could be to add bots, man. Just add bots. You do it in live arena. Conceptually, you understand it. Throw us a couple bots in every refresh. Again, this is not supposed to be competitive down here. This is where the bulk of your players are. Like, it's not supposed to be cutthroat competitive. The silver is where, as long as you show up and participate, you should be able to climb, right? So put bots in everything under gold. Not exclusively bots, but like a bot per refresh. A bot or 2 per refresh, you know what I mean? This one's always a bot, this one's always a weak player, and then they get stronger as they go. Done. Easy. You know what I mean? That just seems obvious. And again, you do it in live arena. If someone loses, I don't know exactly how it works, but I think it's like 3 in a row. Then the next thing, you just basically get fed a bot. That's an easy win. And you'll get more points for that win than you lost for the 3 losses, so you still get to climb. That's not a bad system. That's pretty good. Do it here. Do it here, man. I don't understand. I'd even go as far as to say remove the penalty for losing in silver. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Like, it's silver. It's not... There's no prestige here. No one should be grinding for silver. These teams should not be in silver. It's crazy. It's actually crazy, man. So... I think you could also add bots to the list and it would not be a big deal. Again, this is not supposed to be competitive down here. It's not like that. Another idea is, so you have this 10 battle requirement every week. And not only do you have to do your 10 battles and be in the green to get promoted, if you don't do your 10 battles, you get demoted. And I think that's fucking insane. And I talked about this when they did it way back. I was like, they're strong-arming you into playing this dog shit game mode. Instead of doing anything to make it more fun or make it more approachable or make it more worth it, they just bully you into doing it. So now if you don't do 10 a week, you will decay down to bronze. You will go all the way back to the beginning if you don't do 10 a week. I think that's insane. I think that's dictator type shit right there. That you can't you can't put out something everybody hates and then force them to do it. without trying to make it better. That's bonkers to me that you would do something like that. So if you're going to have this stupid ass 10 battle requirement, remove the demotion penalty from it. I don't think it's entirely unreasonable that in order to promote, you need to show up 10 times a week, right? Like if you've got really strong defenses that would help you climb, I kind of think you should just get to climb for that. But if not, fine. Show up 10 times a week and climb. But this thing of like, what if someone goes on vacation? Like, what do you mean? What if someone goes on a cruise for a week and doesn't want to fuck with their fucking phone? Doesn't want to sit in here and play fucking 3v3 arena on a cruise ship for 2 hours a day? Like, fuck you, man. Fuck you. That's crazy. That's a crazy rule to have going on. Just remove the demotion penalty. So if I don't show up, then I'll just stay in the rank I'm in till I show back up. And if you want to have something where like, if you don't do a battle for a month, okay, then you start getting demoted. I don't know. There's other ways to do that than just strong arm everybody into playing. It's bullshit every day. So I think those would all be very significant changes. We have to get all into like, again, making it worth it. The Bazaar is bullshit. It's just absolute bullshit in here. Everything's way too fucking expensive. Everything about 3v3 sucks. Every single thing about it sucks. So it really needs to be gutted and reformed as something else. It's not even, I don't even understand why the hell they call it Tag Team Arena. What the fuck does that mean? Do you know what a tag team match is? Do you understand how that works? There's no tag teaming. This is arena 3 times in a row. Like, there are multiple routes you could have taken with the name Tag Team Arena that would have been interesting for this. And you just are so lazy sometimes. Most of the time. So, that's the start. That's how I would start fixing 3v3. Assuming that they would not just gut it and redo it. Those are the changes that I would make to it that I think would be a good start. And then we would see how it goes and continue to make improvements from there. But maybe increasing the player limits is the start. Maybe they're doing it for whatever reason. They're going to do it real slow, one thing at a time. And maybe they're going to keep making tweaks to it so that in 9 fucking years it's playable and manageable. But I don't know, man. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I hate it. And they really suck for it. So if you have any thoughts on 3v3, some things that you think would make it better, more manageable, more fun, more worth it, I'd be interested in hearing all of your ideas for that. I don't think Plarium gives a shit, but it's an interesting conversation for us to have. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you later.